And hello there everyone, and this is Rackets96 here with a long-awaited review. Today's review is of the nstrike Elite Hyperfire. Brand new to the 2016 market. I purchased this off of Walmart.com for a total with tax and the shipping to NJ. We was looking about 60 bucks. That's because I paid for upgraded shipping to get it here literally yesterday morning, or yesterday kind of midday. So this is the Hyperfire straight out of the box. Comes with a 25 round drum and 25 brand new Elite darts. So going over the blaster, same as usual, we will start from the front all the way to the back. No nstrike attachment point up here. This is a front sling attachment point, I guess, because there's technically four. So one here, then here, this is the front handrest, because it definitely needs one. So you really crouch up on it, you put your hand right here, you can put your hand here. Up here is not really comfortable, but it's nice. They gave some nice grip lines there, and it's a very comfortable blaster. So moving on to the drum, like I said, 25 round drum. The same design as the Rhino Fire, a different design than the Rampage. So, same idea there though. The one tack rail up here, the only tack rail on this blaster, but it definitely makes up for it in other departments. So one tack rail. This right here is a rear iron sight to kind of correspond to a front iron sight / sling point. Right here, it's kind of both. This is the jam door. To access the jam door, you're going to flip this little switch back and then pull up to get right on in here and clear jams. You can also see our feeding mechanism right here. It's basically a conveyor belt. You can see one of the nubs right here that actually pushes the darts into the flywheels. Now, why we're here, the flywheels are actually specifically made for the Hyperfire. They're a little canted, put on a little bit of an angle to twist the Elite dart to kind of spiral that hole around, which we can get a little bit tighter of a grouping. And it's pretty much noticeable from any distance over about 10 feet. So with that being said, we're going to go on here. This looks like an nstrike tack rail, but it is not. Just some cool ridging in the shell. Moving on back, this is the thumb hole stock. Now there's not many reviews of this blaster out yet, and I'm glad to be finally in the majority of the ones who have it as a early release, but a lot of people are complaining about this stock. It's kind of small, and it has these odd lines on both sides here. These little ridges. This one so happens to be the battery door, but we'll get to that. And this little line right here, everyone's complaining that it runs into the edge of their palm, right here on this edge. Now, I am 5'11". I have pretty decent sized hands, and I have no problems with it whatsoever. It is really comfortable, and it's smooth to operate. It's a wonderful blaster. I don't know where the... I guess if you have bigger hands or a little bit taller than me, you might have... Maybe you're trying to shoulder it and you're actually pulling your hand back into the slot. I don't know. But personally, it is very, very comfortable. Now moving on back, this is the battery tray. Underneath these two screws here, you're going to need 4 D-size batteries. D-size batteries. They are heavy. And just to prove it, this is the thumb hole stock. I'm going to put my finger in the trigger. We can see where the weight is. And then the other way around, keeping my thumb here. All the weight is in the stock. So, personally, that goes 2 ways. We basically went back to the ways of the Stampede, with all the weight in the back, compared to all the weight in the front on the Rapid Strike. Good comparison between the two. Now, moving on, this is a cheek rest. This little guy up here is completely removable when you disassemble the blaster. If you were to, this piece does come off separate for a paint job or to leave it as a standalone piece. You hear the rattling of the D-size batteries. Back here, nothing going on down here, just for looks. And then you have another sling point and another sling point, and then the actual stock itself, which does have some nice ridges. So very nice stock. And then, of course, getting all choked up on here. Nice. I want to put my cheek here, natural kind of thing. I want to keep my hand up here, and I want to naturally choke up on it. So getting into more depth, the Elite Hyperfire is full auto, the replacement of the Rapid Strike. Although does the Rapid Strike still have its place in Nerf? Absolutely. But the Hyperfire is the next best thing. This guy shoots 5 darts, quote unquote, on the box, 5 darts a second. I can pretty much tell you it outshoots the Rapid Strike on a 12 dart mag by 3 darts. So we can kind of take it from there, but just as far as a comparison, I will have a comparison video of them out within a few days. But now we're going to go on to the pros and cons. The pro is the very nice way to choke up on it. You don't really bother with the iron sights, in all honesty, so I'm not going to dwell on them. The cheek rest, making it a little bit easier to get all nice and close and comfortable. Like I said, the stock. The variety of sling points makes this very easy to throw on a sling if you want to drop it, or you want to pull it to the side, maybe. However you want to use it, they let you choose. The other pro is I like the fact that it's all one thing. Adding barrel attachments is wonderful in the Nerf community. Nstrike. I mean, come on, keeping the nstrike itself, we can change mags, we can change sights, we can change barrel attachments, but this one can't. That was completely on the, in the design to kind of give it like an alien kind of sci-fi kind of look, and I think it does that pretty well with this thumbhole stock. The odd stock design, the cheek rest, the odd kind of placement of this guy up here, kind of looking like a grenade launcher, kind of like the HAMP system, but not stationary. Kind of odd, but I like the way that is, in all honesty. The downside, another one, is the tack rail. We only have one. And putting a pinpoint sight, you're kind of going to have it right where this jam door is. That's where your tack rail is going to be, kind of like on any other blaster out there. Not to go back to the Rapid Strike, but holy tactics, Batman. We have a ridiculous amount of tack rails on here, and then we downgraded just to one. Keep gonna go with the cons here, and this is completely blaster out of the box. This magazine, when you put your hand up here, this is what's happening. I put my hand up here, right there. I am hitting the side of the drum. That's easy enough as just pulling that out, slotting in another mag, and then I don't have that problem. With the mag included, it's not a problem, but I could see it getting very uncomfortable over a period of time. Now, with the positive negatives done, my personal opinion, I love it. I've shot 6 drums out of it, 6 25-round drums. I physically now have 3, so you can kind of see how that works. And it performed very well. I did compare it to the Rapid Strike pretty much as soon as I opened the box and shot 2 drums. It's like, wait a minute, I need to put a drum in one and a drum in another, and I really need to go for it. That will be in the in that video. What the hell's happening here? There we go. So now we're going to get to the firing test. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stand to the camera's left, which is my right, and I'm going to completely unload the brand new 25-round drum and the brand new 25 Elite darts. And that is the end of the drum. Pretty quick, in all honesty. I'm going to go ahead and plop that down. Now the big question is with the conveyor belt system, is it compatible with Nerf's competition and older darts. So to do so, this mag is completely of elite darts, some old, some new, some crushed, some kind of worn out that have been to a mini war. So that only seemed to have one or two problems, and it's definitely because of those worn darts. So we will do the same thing. We'll just knock that to the side. What we're going to do next is this is a mixed mag of elites on the bottom, 2 streamlines, 3 Air Warriors darts, 2 more elites, and 2 X-Shot darts. The top X-Shot dart being a little bent and a little squished, just to see if this conveyor belt can keep up. And I'm doing this next to you, so hopefully you'll be able to hear if anything goes wrong. Alright, so right there, we have had a jam. Open up our jam door here. We have nothing in there. Nothing down our barrels. Alright, and what we were caught up on there was one of the streamlines. Now, that is the 10th streamline I have physically had a problem with in this, and I don't know about any of you, but my streamlines are kind of worn out. So the next test is going to be with a Air Warriors 8 mag with a mix of new and worn elite darts. And this is kind of going to get a little repetitive. So right there, we have had yet another jam. So by opening up our jam door, kind of seeing there, and there's just an elite dart just chilling in our flywheels. So we're going to have to get him out here somehow. The way this jam door opens is one of my complaints, is it tilts back on this angle, but you can only fit like 2 fingers in here, but the way this is set up in here, you can kind of see it, this guy right here, you can't really get in there to free anything up. So we're going to rechamber this. We're going to shot 2 darts. And now we will not rev. Alright, so there we are. So is it compatible with Air Warriors magazines? Yes. With a mix of new and old darts, yes. The only problem is the hyperfire shoots so quick that the feeding mech for the magazines doesn't keep up on older mags. So to prove that, I have 2 older 6 mags. This one full of streamlines. This one of 2 modified E-tape wrap darts, specifically to see if the hyperfire will push it into the flywheels. So we're going to do the mag first. And that's how fast we shoot through a 6 clip of streamlines. Now, we did have one little feed error there where we shot one dart, must have got stuck out in the barrel, and another one just kicked it out. That is the downside to using streamlines. I don't get why it doesn't... One of those things. But the little belt doesn't push them in right away. So now we're going to do the 2 E-tape darts. And that's just to show that you can pretty much shoot anything out of this conveyor belt system with the hyperfire. So guys, this is the very in-depth review. We got to be going in at least 15 minutes. And that is a very downside. But if you have stuck around this long, heads up for you, I do have another review coming out. It is on the Mega Lightning Bow. Not too big of a surprise there. I was finally able to get my hands on one. But in other news, if you stuck around this long, I do appreciate it. This is a very, very long video. So as a quick little update there, I just want to give a quick heads up to you guys that summer is now officially in swing. My work hours are not going to get any better, but it will open up a lot more opportunity for maybe some war footage, maybe some... there's definitely going to be a loadout video coming in the middle of this month, and that is because I am getting more and more active, more and more ready to rock and roll with these wars, so keep a lookout for that. And guys, thank you for watching the whole video, the review of the brand new Nerf nstrike Elite Hyperfire. Thank you guys very much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Next video out is going to be the comparison between the Hyperfire and the Rapid Strike. So can't wait to put these two up against each other and see what we got. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in that one.